Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to
MathForKids number 132.
MathForKids number 132. Today we're going to learn about
Base 4.
Base 4. Come on in a little bit. Okay, awesome. So we know all about counting base 10, right? So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you can keep going, right?
Yeah.
And any number in base 10, like the number 623 in base 10, what does this mean?
6 times 100. 6 times 100.
6 times 100.
Plus 2 times 20.
Plus 2 times...
Plus 2 times 10.
10. Plus
3 times 1.
3 times 1. Okay? And I'm going to write this in a slightly different way, and this is why, to show you why it's called base 10. This is 6 times 10 squared plus 2 times 10 to the first power plus 3 times 10 to the 0 power. So we count by tens, and so even a really crazy number like 5, 2, 3, 9, 34, we know this is 4 times 1 plus 3 times 10 plus 9 times 100 plus 3 times
1,000.
Plus 2 times
10,000.
Plus 5 times
100,000.
Yeah, so that's pretty easy. Can you grab that eraser for me, honey? Okay, but what we're going to do today is go to base 4. And the only difference between base 10 and base 4 is that the numbers are going to be represented, instead of powers of 10, it's going to be powers of 4. And as a result of that, instead of having the digits 0 through 9, we're only going to have the digits 0 through 3 is all we need. Okay? So in base 4, we go 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we'd like to write 4, but we don't have a 4. 4 is 1, 0, because it's 1 times 4 plus 0. What's the next number?
It's 5 is 1, 1, 1.
1, 1. And I should write this out. This is 4. I should write it out, but I should write it out right. Let's go from the beginning. This is 0 times 4 to the 0. What is 4 to the 0?
It's 1.
1. This is 1 times 4 to the 0. 2 times 4 to the 0. 3 times 4 to the 0. This is 1 times 4 to the 1. Right?
Yeah.
This is 1 times 4 to the 1 plus 1 times 4 to the 0. So that number we would normally call
5.
5. And 6 is 1.
And 2.
2, which is 1 times 4 to the 0 plus 4 to the 1, I mean. 1 times 4 to the 0. Jeez, I'm having a hard time writing tonight. I don't know why. Okay, and we could keep going. The next number would be?
1, 3.
1, 3. And what's the next number?
20.
2,
0.
2, 0. Okay, then 2, 1, and all the way down. So let's talk about, so that's actually kind of a neat thing. The way you count in base 4 is you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, then comes?
3, 0.
3, 0. Okay, so now let's see if we can figure out what some numbers are. What number would if I wrote the number 321 in base 4, what does that mean?
It means 3 times 4 cubed. 3 times the 4 squared.
4 squared.
2 times 4 to the 1.
Plus 2 times 4 to the 1 plus
1 times 4 to the 0.
So we would normally think of this number as being, what's 4 squared?
It's 16.
3 times 16. 2 times 4. And what's 1 times 4 to the 0?
It's 1 times 1.
1 times 1. Okay, great. What's 3 times 16?
Is 48.
48. Plus 8. Plus 1. And what is that?
It's going to be 57.
57. Okay, let's do one more example, and then we'll add 2 numbers together in base 4, and then we'll be done, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so let's do 2101 base 4. Okay, what does this equal?
2 times 64. 2 times 4 cubed.
2 times 4 cubed
plus 1 times 4 squared plus 0 times 4 to the 1 plus 1 times 4 to the 0.
Okay, what is 4 cubed?
It's 64.
So this is 2 times 64 plus 1 times 4 squared. What's 4 squared?
8. No, 16.
Plus 1 times 16. What's 0 times 4 to the 1?
It's 0.
0. And what's 1 times 4 to the 0?
It's 1.
1. Okay, so I have 2 times 64 is?
128.
128 plus 16 plus 1. And what does this equal?
145.
145, very good. So the number 2101 in base 4 is the same as 145 in base 10. So now, let's do one addition. And this should give you a good introduction to base 4. What if I wanted to add the number 311 base 4 and 222? Actually, let me make it a little more complicated. 230 base 4. What would you do?
Well, if you just add them, you get 500. You can't have a 5 though.
What do you get when you add everything here? You get 5,
4, 1.
5, 4, 1 in base 4. What's the problem with this?
You can't have either 5 or a 4.
You can't have a 5 or a 4. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with this.
Well, 5 is 1, 2.
Okay. What is 5?
5 is 1, 1.
Okay. So this would mean 5 times 4 squared plus 4 times 4 to the 1 plus 1 times 4 to the 0. Right?
Yep.
But we can't have a 4 and we can't have a 5. Okay? So we're going to have to do something here. Well, the easiest one to deal with is 4 times 4 to the 1. What's that?
It's 4 times 4. 4 to the 1 is 4.
Right, 4 to the 1 is 4. So what's another way to write 4 times 4 to the 1?
Well, we gotta.
As a power of 4.
It's 4 cubed. It's 4 squared. 4 squared.
1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 to the 0.
Now we gotta deal with the 5.
Now we got to deal with the 5. Well, the 5 we can write as 4 plus 1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 to the 0. I don't know where the bottom is, so I'm gonna go. It's okay. Okay. What is 4 times 4 squared?
4 times 4 squared is 4 cubed.
So this becomes 4 cubed plus 1 times 4 squared. 4 cubed plus 1 times 4 squared. Now 1 times 4 squared from here plus 1 times 4 to the 0. What is 1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 squared?
It's 1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 squared is gonna be 1 times 4. It's gonna be 1 times. Well, 4 squared is 16.
What is 1 times 4 squared plus 1 times 4 squared? Simplifying that.
1 times 4 squared times 2.
Plus, right, so it's 2 times 4 squared plus 1
Yeah,
times 4 to the 0. Okay, so my number becomes 1 times 4 cubed, 2 times 4 squared, no 4 to the 1s, and 1 4 to the 0. Okay. So that's a little complicated. I'm not sure how well that showed up on the video. But we get 311 base 4 plus 230 base 4 is 1201 base 4. Okay. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a little bit of extra practice.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like learning about base 4?
Yeah.
Alright, well I'll give you some challenge problems tomorrow. Alright, good job today.